The promotion battle at the top end of the championship seems to intensify by the week, as about a dozen clubs scramble for 2 automatic promotion and 4 playoff places. Tuesday night's fixtures saw Cardiff City maintain their 4-point cushion in second place, Aston Villa and Fulham secure their playoff berths, and Middlesbrough climb back to 6th. But with another 10 matches to play or more for some teams, those teams are likely to swap places a few times yet. Here's our lowdown on the race for the Premier League. 73 points from 34 matches, goal difference plus 31 by popular consensus. The best team in the season's championship, Wolves have led the way since their 2-0 victory at Norwich City on October 31st. Backed by Chinese investors Fosun International, and aided by the transfer market connections of agent Jorge Mendes, they have played some sparkling football under manager Nuno Espirito Santo all season. With the freedom to spend £15.8 million on Porto's Ruben Neves and the ability to bring in leading scorers Diogo Jota and Leo Bonatini and on loan, the Black Country side have looked a class above. Winless in their last 3 matches, fans will hope they haven't run out of pop, with Cardiff moving to within 3 points of them on Tuesday evening. However, Wolves have the change to return to winning form when they visit Leeds United on Wednesday, and few will back against them winning promotion from here. Indeed, some regular watchers of the team this season believe they'll more than hold their own in the Premier League next season. Remaining fixtures: Wednesday Leeds United, A. March 10 Aston Villa, A. March 13 Reading, H. March 17 Burton Albion, H. March 30 Middlesbrough, A. April 3 Hull City, H. April 6 Cardiff City, A. April 10 Derby County, H. April 15 Birmingham City, H. April 21 Bolton Wanderers, A. April 28 Sheffield Wednesday, H. May 6 Sunderland, A. 70 points from 35 matches, goal difference plus 24. A mid-table outfit since their relegation from the Premier League in 2014, Cardiff have been transformed this season under promotion specialist Neil Warnock. This would be Warnock's 8th promotion in the Football League, and the 3rd side he has guided into the top flight, if they are able to cling on to the 2nd spot they have occupied for large chunks of the season. A run of 5 consecutive wins has established a useful 4-point gap to Aston Villa as everyone enters the final straight, with a 2-1 home win over Barnsley another positive result on Tuesday night. Cardiff may not be as free-scoring and pleasing on the eye as some of their fellow contenders, but they are certainly tough to beat, as you'd expect from a Warnock side. They also like to spread the goals around the side, with Junior Hoilett the only player to reach double figures in the scoring charts this season. With the likes of Bruno Manga, Joe Bennett and Sean Morrison holding the line defensively, Cardiff have only conceded 28 goals in the championship this season, the joint lowest in the division with Wolves. They should be able to see it home from here, though Villa and Fulham will be waiting to pounce on any slip-ups. Remaining fixtures: March 10 Birmingham City, H. March 13 Brentford, A. March 18 Derby County, A. March 30 Burton Albion, H. April 2 Sheffield United, A. April 6 Wolverhampton Wanderers, H. April 10 Aston Villa, A. April 14 Norwich City, A. April 21 Nottingham Forest, H. April 28 Hull City, A. May 6 Reading, H. 66 points from 35 matches, goal difference plus 24. A slow start to Steve Bruce's first full season in charge brought fears that Villa were again destined for a table of mid-table obscurity and yet more underachievement. However, once things clicked, they have been moving ever upwards in the table and now look certain of a playoff place at the very least. They briefly moved into second place following their derby win over Birmingham City in early February, but have since been overtaken again by Cardiff and now have a 4-point gap to bridge. Mind you, given their positive form in 2018 and the renewed upbeat mood around the club, nobody will fancy taking Villa on in the playoffs. Albert Adama, their top scorer with 14, Conor Hourihane and Scott Hogan have impressed going forward, while John Terry's wages have been worth it for his presence and experience at the back. They recorded a comfortable 3-0 win at rock-bottom Sunderland on Tuesday night, a meeting of two clubs once of the Premier League, but now drifting in very different directions. This Saturday's local derby with leaders Wolves will be a real test of their mettle, but a win could really shake up the automatic promotion race, likewise their home game with Cardiff next month. Remaining fixtures: Saturday Wolverhampton Wanderers, H. March 13 Queen's Park Rangers, H. March 17 Bolton Wanderers, A. March 31 Hull City, A. April 3 Reading, H. April 7 Norwich City, A. April 10 Cardiff City, H. April 14 Leeds United, H. April 21 Ipswich Town, A. April 28 Derby County, H. May 6 Millwall, A. 65 points from 36 matches, goal difference plus 24 last season. Fulham made a perfectly timed late-season dart to reach the playoffs, only to suffer a disappointing semi-final exit to Reading. This season's late promotion assault promises to be even more spectacular. Following Tuesday night's impressive 3-0 home win over Sheffield United, the London side have an 8-point cushion in the playoffs. And they look unstoppable at the moment. 14 league matches unbeaten, including 11 victories and 8 consecutive wins at Craven Cottage. It's helped that their sequence includes wins over promotion rivals Wolves, Villa, Derby, Cardiff, and Middlesbrough, lifting Slavislav Djokovic's team into contention after an indifferent first half of the season. The January signing of Alexander Mitrovic on loan from Newcastle United has proved inspired, with the Serbian scoring 5 goals in his last 4 games, and he appears to be the missing piece of the puzzle. 17-year-old sensation Ryan Sessegnon is Fulham's top scorer with 14 goals, having been converted from left-back to forward, while Tom Kearney and Stefan Johansson have excelled in midfield. The informed side in the division and the Championship's leading scorers, Fulham will be the team everyone fears in the playoffs. That's assuming they don't snatch second place. Remaining fixtures: Saturday Preston North End, A. March 17 Queen's Park Rangers, H. March 30 Norwich City, A. April 3 Leeds United, H. April 7 Sheffield Wednesday, A. April 10 Reading, H. April 14 Brentford, H. April 21 Millwall, A. April 28 Sunderland, H. May 6 Birmingham City, A. 61 points from 36 matches. Goal difference plus 21. Another team that started the season slowly before clicking into gear through the autumn and winter to move themselves very much into playoff contention. Gary Rowett has worked impressively to make Derby an exciting, free-scoring side to watch, with Matic Vydra the main man having scored 17 in the league, the joint highest with Bristol City's Bobby Reid. The Rams dropped 2 points late on at Queen's Park Rangers on Tuesday night, continuing a recent rocky spell of 6 without victory that has left some worried about dropping out the top 6. For now, they do retain a 4-point buffer to Bristol City and Preston North End, but with 10 matches left, will certainly need to rediscover their winning touch soon. It's been a decade now since Derby's rather pathetic last season in the top flight, when they picked up only 11 points, and there have been 2 playoff heartaches since then. Rowett has assembled a very solid side for championship level, but they need to find a second win now to ensure it isn't another season of disappointment. Remaining fixtures: Sunday Nottingham Forest, A. March 18 Cardiff City, H. March 30 Sunderland, H. April 2 Preston North End, A. April 7 Bolton Wanderers, H. April 10 Wolverhampton Wanderers, A. April 14 Burton Albion, A. April 21 Middlesbrough, H. April 28 Aston Villa, A. May 6 Barnsley, H. 58 points from 36 matches. Goal difference plus 16. Middlesbrough were the big movers on Tuesday night as Patrick Bamford's winner at Birmingham City lifted them into the playoffs for the first time since November. It was the third win in 4 for the Teesside club, but they still have plenty of work to do given how tight the race for 6th is at the moment. Relegated from the Premier League at the end of last season, it hasn't exactly been the smoothest of seasons as they aim to bounce back at the first attempt. Borough were 9th in the table when they parted company with Gary Monk just before Christmas, installing safe pair of hands Tony Pulis in his place. The results have been positive, with wins starting to arrive in recent weeks. Credit goes to Pulis for getting some goals out of Bamford, who now has 7 in 4 games. They don't score as many goals as most of the teams around them, but Borough are as stubborn as you'd expect the Pulis side to be, and they keep getting the results they need. The middle of April looks likely to be key when Borough play Sheffield United, Bristol City and Derby County in quick succession. Remaining fixtures: March 10 Barnsley, H. March 17 Brentford, A. March 30 Wolverhampton Wanderers, H. April 2 Burton Albion, A. April 7 Nottingham Forest, H. April 10 Sheffield United, A. April 14 Bristol City, H. April 21 Derby County, A. April 28 Millwall, H. May 6 Ipswich Town, A. Below Middlesbrough and 6th, there are potentially another half-dozen teams who won't have completely given up on stealing a playoff place. Bristol City have struggled ever since their Carabao Cup semi-final with Manchester City, winning just 2 of their last 11 games, a poor run at the worst possible time. Nonetheless, they remain just a point off the final playoff spot, as do Preston North End, whose wins over Bristol City and Bolton in recent days have made the playoffs a distinct possibility. They moved above Sheffield United on Tuesday night, with the Blades needing to respond to their 3-0 loss at Fulham to keep alive hopes of a second straight promotion. They have been in and out of the playoff spots of late, but their form isn't as consistent as it needs to be. Brentford and Millwall are only 5 and 6 points off the playoffs respectively, having both recorded wins on Tuesday night, and can't mathematically be ruled out.